Welcome back, all you NorCal disc golf fans. You guys know where you're at. We're doing it big again. This time, Napa, California, Vintage Cup 2017. Skyline disc golf course. One of the hardest courses I've ever played. Beautiful weekend. The creek was flowing. I want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors. If you've never been to Skyline Park, definitely you must get. It's definitely a fun course, very challenging. A lot of variety of different shots. Want to thank the Napa Disc Golf Club for all their support. Greg Pyle, Dandridge Marsh, the guys doing. And thank you to the viewers. You're the reason why I do the show. Thank you for watching.
Cole, Napa, California, rating undefined.
Dale Gatlin, Santa Rosa, California, 1001.
Mike Sale, originally from Downers Grove, Illinois, currently San Francisco, California, 999.
Lance Landgren from East Bay, 973.
Well, there you have it. There's your lineup of players. Here we are on hole number 27, one of the temp holes, 300 feet. And this is where we started round number 1. It was a 27-hole layout. This is a B-tier event. And we started at hole 27. And as you can see, there's Delaney Cole showing you one of the different angles that you can throw, and that is a forehand. Here's Dale Gatlin, no stranger to NorCal disc golf. He looks to be lining up what could be an incredible roller. Now, a lot of people don't know about Skyline. Skyline is an 18-hole disc golf course in Napa. And then down by the parking lot, there's actually a 9-hole course that they put in. It's a temporary course, but it is a mainstay. So if you're ever in the area, definitely a great place to go practice is that 9-hole course in the parking lot, just to get your arm loose and warmed up, and then go head on up to the actual 18, which is a very challenging course. And this is Mike Sale, first time getting to film Mike. Really nice guy, huge forehand, and a really good player. And here's Mike Sale for birdie. But just a nice upshot. Play it safe. Always want to try to get off to a good start. And here's Lance for birdie. And off the cage. What a run. Here's Dale Gatlin after a really nice roller. Interesting play considering the angle of the hole, downward sloping. But he went for it. And off the basket he goes. Oh, and Dale just off the cage. He definitely wanted that. That's another really good run. And here's Delaney Cole, who got CTP with the forehand. See if he can convert. Oh, and another off the basket miss. But a nice 3-putt for Mike Sale, who gets in there for a par, and we should have pars from the rest of these guys. So 3 really good effort at trying to get the birdie. Just coming up a little bit short, and it looks to be a par for him here on hole number 1. So nothing doing atop the leaderboard as we got 4 pars. And here we go into hole number 1. So this is hole number 1 on the official 18 in pin position A at 280 feet. And first on the box is Delaney Cole. And he's just throwing out that destroyer again. So very similar to the first shot he had. And actually really like the forehand play here. I just don't think I could reach it personally with a forehand. So when I played this on Tuesday, I actually went up the middle, as I think some of these guys are going to do. There's Dale Gatlin. I believe that's just his rock. And if you go actually too far, there's a fence back there, and you'll see Kyle, who did a great job as our second cameraman. He's standing right up against that fence. So there is OB long. Here's Lance Landgren, who actually have met before but have never got the pleasure of filming him. And another great guy. This is just another great card to film. All four really nice people. Beautiful day. Supposed to be raining off and on. It wasn't actually too bad. It was actually really nice for what we expected to occur. And this is Sale throwing. It's a green disc. I believe it's a putter, but he had that thing going all day long, and he threw it really well. Here's Lance, who just ended up a little bit shorter than he wanted. And he should have that for a 3. Dale just threw that really quickly. It actually hit part of the basket, I believe, and he just wanted to lay up, and it just kind of glided on him. But he's right underneath it. And here's Sale for a birdie. Oh, and another one off the basket. These guys are all over metal. And that's 2 for Delaney Cole off the basket. And that is very unfortunate. But these guys should be able to finish up these putts for par and leave with the 3. And there's 1 for Lance. Here's Dale. Now, Dale is actually very good at this course. Actually finished second place, I think, the last 3 or 4 years, only to Dallas Albright, who had, I believe, a 5-year winning streak. I think he won it 6 out of 7 years in a row. So these guys are very good. And this is Delaney's home course. But a tough flip out there. And we're going to see the scoreboard here shortly after Mike puts that one in. And again, 4 pars. So another par frame. And again, we talk about trying to get that first birdie or fast start with the field that we have here at the event. Here we are going into hole number 2. 290 feet. And then this is in pin position C. Got to thank Upper Park Designs for the support this year. They've been great. Love the bag. Definitely check out Upper Park Designs and use the coupon code NCDG2017 to save 5% off all your purchases. And there you can see number 2 and Delaney with another forehand. And that actually is going to work out. The basket is actually further up the hill. So it is playing pretty far. As you can see, it is in pin position C. And you can see from the footage so far, this course has so many different variations as far as what kind of shot you're going to require. There's a lot of low ceilings, there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of elevation, you can get rollaways. Just a very interesting course if you're coming out here to play it and you want to get better. Definitely recommended. And you can see there's a pretty good shot for Lance. All these shots are way short. It's going to be a very tight little upshot, and you'll see shortly where the pin is. And that's a great location where Mike Sale just landed. And there you can see, there's the basket up there. So there is a lot of bushes, and there is a tree in the way. So this is going to be a very delicate and tricky shot for Dale Gatlin, who finds himself behind a bush after hitting some trees early. And this is probably not the shot you want if you're Dale Gatlin, being the third hole of the first round. Let's see what he can do here, and see if he can escape with what would be a really good 3. And that looked to be a really good upshot, just settling to the right of the tree. He might have a straddle putt for about a 15-footer. And you can see where Sale's spot was, and that's a great shot. Sale actually had the look, just a nice little Annie upshot. Here's Lance. Again, that's really where he wanted to be, up there on that trail. Lance and Delaney having really good shots. And that should be perfect just on the other side of that tree. Here's Delaney. Delaney, a very good forehand player. Actually, when I was there on Tuesday doing some prep work, Dale Gatlin and Delaney played with me for a little while. And Delaney's a very good player. And that is a fantastic forehand. And here's Gatlin, and this is the shot he had. It is a straddle, and this is a tester right away on the third hole of the round. And he got it, never a doubt. Dale Gatlin, Clutch City, USA. And this was actually a little bit further than I thought. Another tester for Sale, but Sale making easy work of that. And Delaney and Lance are right next to the basket. This should be another par for him. So 3 par frames in a row. Nobody's yet to get a birdie yet. But we'll see as we go into hole number 3. One of my favorite holes here, 258 feet in pin position number B. And this is great, it has all kinds of trees. It's an Annie shot, really fun hole. And here is Delaney, and he's going to throw this out, and let's see where he ends up. And he's going to get a little bit of a roll, but it looked like it stopped there. And thank you for the great camera work, Kyle. Kyle Estes, no relation to Sean Estes, San Francisco Giants pitcher. And this was actually Kyle's first time filming before, so really good job for second cam, and really appreciated Kyle. Thank you, Kyle, for being there and doing that for me. Just fantastic. And that is Dale Gatlin's shot, and that is a roller, and that is a Napa roller, folks. If you've never been out to Napa, that is what this course is notorious for. And they're not like 25 feet rollers. They're 50 feet, 100 feet rollers. So that is just a preview of what you'd get if you showed up at this course. And that is going to be a very difficult shot. And there's Lance throwing a really nice shot. And he's just going to be a little bit short, I believe. One of the nice things about this course is they have really nice tee pads. Most of the tee pads are concrete, which I really enjoyed. And that is a crush. And that is a really good shot by Mike Sale, who goes deep of the basket. Now here's Lance, who just was a little bit short. But he's got a tough uphill putt. See what he can do. Ooh. He should be all right for par. Wasn't a bad shot. And there you can see Dale Gatlin is down in the crevice with tons of trees over in his way. And what does he do? Parks it. That's got to be one of the best shots of the tournament. I can't even begin to describe how difficult that shot is. And that was a Scooby, by the way. And there is Delaney just throwing one wide. Probably not what he wanted to do, but he needed to get up, and he was down there, not as far as Dale. But he has a putt to try to save par. And here's Mike for a birdie. Oh, and he just missed it to the right. Now here's Delaney, and let's see if he can save a par. And he got it. What a huge putt. An absolute clutch shot for Delaney Cole to save a par after what was not a good upshot. And here's Sale. Gets the comebacker. No doubt about it. And here's Gatlin after what was a terrible roller. And he just makes it up like nothing. That was some upshot. Probably one of the best upshots that you're going to see. And that is a fantastic 3. And there's a really nice 3 for Lance. So another par frame. So nobody really making a move here in the early going after 4 holes. As we get into hole number 4. 387 feet in pin position D. A very scenic hole. And actually a really tough hole. This is actually a pretty long hole. Some of these players prefer to go with the big backhand or the forehand. As we see Delaney going with his destroyer yet again. And that was really nice distance for Delaney. Here's Dale. Almost bumping into the camera. Not a whole lot of room for me to try to get this angle here. And Dale's going to pump one out there pretty far to the right. So this basket actually goes up the hill, loops back around to the right, and then it's more uphill. This is an absolute crush. And because it plays uphill, it actually probably plays closer to 415, 420. It's very far. And that was Lance just putting one out in the middle. Very smart decision. You know, a lot of these holes, some of these longer ones, if you can't reach it, it is turns into a placement shot, and you just want to be smart with it. And here's Sale just absolutely crushing one up the hill. That is a really nice throw, but he's gonna find it kind of troublesome up there because he went into those roots. And here's Lance, who was in the middle, but a little bit short, and he's gonna throw a thumber up the hill. And there you can see, ended up pretty good. He's going to be a little bit short and have a tester. But wasn't a bad play. And here's Dale. And Dale is going to throw a Scooby, which he just threw on the last hole to save par. So let's see if he can do it again. And he did. Another really good shot. And here's Delaney. Delaney's going to go forehand. Try to attack. And just a little bit long. That's going to be another tester for Delaney. And here's Mike, who's going to have the similar line that Delaney just had. And again, go with a forehand. And a really nice touch shot for Mike Sale, who's right there. And that was Lance, who just did not get enough of the thumber. It was a long way to go for a thumber, and he had a lot of trees in his way. And this is for Delaney to save another 3. And this time he was less fortunate. Let's see if Dale, after throwing an incredible upshot, this is a decent putt. This is a fairly long putt here to try to save yet another par. And he got it. What a putt. So Dale on fire saving pars. That's 3 huge saves in a row, and those could have easily gone the other way, and even worse, could have been a 4 or a 5. So that's at least 3 shots that Dale Gatlin just saved in this opening 4 holes. And that's a really nice putt for Mike Sale, who continues to stay on the par train. And There's Lance. So Lance and Delaney, unfortunately, are going to get caught with 4s. But Mike Sale and Dale Gatlin leading the way at even after 5 holes. And here we are, hole number 5. 283 feet in pin position number B. And this is, for most players, just a big hyzer shot. And there's the basket. It's fairly open. And there's Dale just putting one out slightly wide. But he's inside the circle, and he'll have a putt at it. And here's Mike Sale just crushing one out there. And he got a hold of one that's going to be a little bit further than what you wanted. And just didn't come back. So he's going to actually be past where Dale ended up. And here's Delaney Cole. And let's see if he can correct what the last 2 throwers did and get a little bit closer. And I believe that was just a little bit short. And here is Lance. Lance crushing one out there. And everybody is over to the other side of the basket. And let's see if any of these guys can make a putt. And here's Mike Sale's upshot, which is right next to the basket. And that should be a really nice 3. And here's Lance, who should be over by Dale Gatlin. Should be just a little bit wider than him. And let's see if one of these guys can scratch out a birdie here. But a good run for Lance. And this is where Delaney went. So Delaney, he did end up a little bit short. Just caught a little bit of a tree. But has about 40 feet uphill. Oh, when he just left it. A little bit low. It's really hard. One of the toughest things about this course, especially the weekend that we filmed, is that the wind was just incredible. So if you left the disc nose up while you're putting just a little bit, you wouldn't have a chance. Oh, and that was off the basket, and that was chains. Dale Gatlin just going right through it. Really nice putt, just too strong. And there it is again. Another big save for Dale Gatlin and another par. And there's a really nice par for Lance. So we should have a couple more par putts coming up. There's Delaney. And here's Mike Sale finishing up. So no harm, no foul on hole number 5. There's 4 pars across the board. And there you go. So Gatlin and Sale still leading this card at even, and nobody has yet to get a birdie through 6 holes. And here we are on hole number 6, 325 feet in pin position B. Another great thing about this course at Skyline is the variations of holes. There's so many different pin positions. There's one tee box, but unlike Stafford where sometimes there's multiple tee boxes, I love the variety that the course offers. Multiple pin positions is really nice. Now, Dale Gatlin just hit a tree, and I believe I heard Dallas Albright yell out, "That's like your 3rd year in a row." So that tree has Gatlin's number, and there's Sale coming up short as well. This is a very narrow gap. And there's Delaney ripping one out there. And I believe that got stuck in the tree. That did not come down. Now, this is the preferred play. I have actually done this as an AM player. And I think what Lance is doing, throwing the thumber, is the more typical play. And you just want to get it out there, somewhere out in the middle. Because this is a really tough shot. If you go through that middle and the low middle and you don't pure it, you're going to hit something. And like you're seeing here with Mike and Dale, have very difficult up shots. And that was not a good shot from Mike. And he wanted to get that up a little bit higher, carry over the tree, and just did not. It was just low out of his hand. So he's going to have a tough putt or upshot to try to minimize the damage here. And Dale, a little bit too muscle. He's got to stop working out. He's too strong. But he will have a shot for par. And here is Delaney. Nope, this is Lance. Lance and Delaney were very close to where they ended up. And a good upshot by Lance. And here's Delaney, and you can see there's his disc. So that was actually stuck in the tree. I actually had a disc stuck in the tree from when I played on Tuesday. It's a Firebird on hole 15, so if anybody wants to try to get that back to me, I would much appreciate it. But this is going to cost him a stroke because the 2-meter rule is in effect. And a really nice upshot. So here's Sale to try to salvage his unfortunate second shot and somehow get a par. Oh, and a close shot, but he'll have that for a 4. And this would be another incredible save for Dale Gatlin and to stay bogey free. Oh, and a good run for Gatlin, but he just didn't get it. Here's Sale to tap in. So Sale is in with the bogey. And here's Lance. Lance is going to clean up. So Lance is in with a par. Delaney's going to get a 4 because of the penalty. Gatlin's going to get a 4, so almost a bogey frame. And there you can see, so Lance with the par is tied with Sale and Gatlin at +1, and Delaney's going to go to +2 after 7 holes. Here we are at hole number 7, 205 feet in pin position B. Again, this is one of my favorite holes. I have a lot of different holes that I really like on this course. To me, you can go with a thumber, you can go with a forehand. Again, making you stray from the typical backhand line. And there is the thumber by Lance. And that is on edge, and that is rolling down the hill and fast. So an unfortunate Napa roller. Again, this course is notorious because of the angle that a lot of these holes are on. And Gatlin is actually going to go with the backhand Anheuser. And that actually was going right, but stopped. So he's going to have a tricky putt for 2. And here's Mike Sale with this is the route I really like. This is the forehand route. And at 205 feet, it's a Annie forehand. And that looked pretty good. Looks like he got the height. Oh no, another roller, and that thing is moving. That thing got a boarding pass and went down all the way down there, probably 80 feet at least, maybe 100 feet. So that is very unfortunate. Very similar shot that Delaney just had, and he hit that tree and stopped dead in his tracks. So there's Lance's shot. Mike Sale is probably another 20 feet back in the bushes. Really good upshot for Lance. If you can get a 3 after the bad roll away, you're doing some work. And here's Mike, who, again, just got a really, really, really bad roll. And that, you can barely see it. Oh, that might have been a fake out. And there's his upshot. You can barely see it, but he's actually inside the circle. He's about 20, 25. So from where he was, it goes to show you that these guys, their upshots are phenomenal. It was very similar to Gatlin's putt on the third hole after an unfortunate roll away. And Gatlin with a birdie. Huge putt from knees. That's how you do it. So he gets the bogey that he just took back with the birdie. And here's Delaney Cole. And they got it. So Delaney Cole answering Gatlin with the birdie. A couple of nice birdies here. And here is Mike Sale for a par. Oh no, and that was robbery. The basket robbed him. So here's Lance for a 3. So Lance actually had a beautiful upshot. He's going to save the par. Dale's going to get the birdie. Cole's going to get the birdie. And Sale, who had a terrific upshot, just missed the par putt. So Sale goes to +2 as Dale takes the lead at even as we go into hole number 8. 395 feet in pin position number C. And this is our last hole in this video, as this video is 9 holes. And Gatlin on the box. And oh no. After a terrific birdie, he catches an early tree and has a very long upshot up the hill on hole number 8. And here's Delaney going back to the well. He's going back to that destroyer forehand. And that is tasty. That's a good looking shot. There you can see the basket. Oh, there it is. So he's got a long putt, but this is a pretty far pump. 395, elevated basket. It's on the wine barrel. Signature location. Just a phenomenal hole. And this is the local route. This is the Lance Landgren route. Just throw it out there. Give yourself a look at it. Really nice shot. And here's Mike trying to get that stroke back, and he pumps one out there. This is launched. So he's going to have a look at it as well. And what is this in his hand, folks? It could be a plane. It could be something else. It's a quasar. And that is mashed, and that is parked. What is a quasar? Dale Gatlin describes it as a man's disc. Don't try this at home, folks. Quasar, made by Millennium. Probably thinking, where in the world did Dale Gatlin get a Millennium Quasar? From the one and only Greg Barsby. And that's, he gave it a go, but Delaney just a little bit short. And there's Mike, who went really far and just played it really smart to get a look. And here is Lance. Lance is going to give this a go for a birdie. Oh, no. He had it, and he didn't. Oh, Lance. What a run. Delaney with a nice par. Lance really wanted that. He gave it everything. And he got a really nice par. And Dale Gatlin, he's about 7 feet away, and Mike Sale walks behind him and goes, "Don't take these for granted." Oh, there it is. Because he watched that San Francisco video I did at Golden Gate Park with him. And yeah, he was teasing Dale. We were just face short of making that a reality. And there you go. Dale Gatlin at even, leading the card after 9 holes, with Landgren and Cole at +1 and Sale at +2. As always, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. I want to give a shout out to everybody that helped make this possible. The tournament director, Kyle, all the sponsors, everybody that pitched in for this event. It was a fantastic event. So stay tuned for the rest of round 1 coming on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned.